Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in, or what time you're watching this stream re-upload. That's right, you're watching a clip that is from a stream that we did probably on a Sunday, because that's the day that we've decided, and we miss you there, so please make sure that you drop by for the next stream Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check it out. We'd love to have you there. It's always a blast. It's just us listening to music, hanging out, kind of just getting to know each other, and that's honestly so much fun. So looking forward to seeing you there. If you're not able to make it, totally cool. Enjoy the video, but love you all. Let's get into it. Oh, even this sounds like the Prisoner chant. Yeah, something that's cool about that is like we hear down at the bottom of the ocean, right? There's not really much music at first, and it's kind of like it's sounding like an echo or like a message going out from the ocean, right? And then as we hear the voice directly next to us, where we can hear the person singing because we're now in the ocean, that's when the instrumental comes in too. Yo, that was fire. Actually, it's such a great like conceptualization of what's happening in his head. Right? Because in his head, it's constantly music. It's the ocean of music in his head, right? But on top of that, it's also like kind of a trap because he's thinking about, it's kind of his despairs that have made a lot of his music. So in a way, it's almost like he's drowning in his despair, but it's also producing his music. And then once we get in there, that's the only reason that we can hear what is actually going on with his thoughts. It's the instrumentals come in at that point because we're now inside with him. Yo, holy smokes. This is Ren's voice at the start? No, it's not. You gotta be lying to me. There's no way. Hey, God, that's not. Oh my God. That's his voice? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that sounds like complete. That was. Okay, whatever. Regardless, that's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Bottom of the ocean. I'm at the bottom of the sea. I'm gonna stay down.
Hey, Mom.
Stuck here in a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, can we get some hearts in the chat for my mom? That's her right there. But yo, this is so cool because it's like he's saying that in his mind it's the ocean of music, right? And he's down there. He's constantly thinking about everything, and it's his mind. And so he's stuck there. But partly he wants to be stuck there in some ways because that's what's producing all of this energy that he's getting out there, right? And that's what we're seeing here. And it's collectively as we enter his mind, his music. That's when we start to hear all this, dude. That's so cool. Oh my God. The mother shadow, yeah. Although that sounds very ominous. Okay. And he's stuck here in a dream because he's always had this dream of taking his music to higher levels. And so that dream is also part of his consciousness. It's part of his waking thoughts. I love that. Oh my God.
How are you this evening? Our names are Ren and Eden. I hope you're sitting comfortably, relax and I'll stop breathing. Life into the music scene, addictive music, nicotine. Don't lose your head like guillotines. I'm tapping on the drum machine.
Guys, relax and I'll start breathing. What a bar. Because for him, music is breathing. Music is life. So he's literally just saying, relax, I'll start breathing. But what I do when I breathe is literally create music. That's such a bar. Oh my God. I like that a lot. And he's kind of doing this like a show, right? And then he's saying, yeah, like, don't lose your heads, the guillotine, because he's saying, like, our music is literally going to drive you crazy with how awesome it is. So don't lose your head like a guillotine. That's such a great way to say it. And then addictive like nicotine. Self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into that one. But life into the music scene. He's literally taking life, everything that he experiences in his life, and putting it into music. And that's what he's doing. Oh, that's so fire. And then for him, he is talking about don't lose your head because also that's where the ocean is. Right? That's what we can see. That's where the ocean is. It's where all your thoughts lie. Ooh, oh my God. This is full of bars. Holy smokes.
To the music scene, addictive music, nicotine. Don't lose your head like guillotines. I'm tapping on the drum machine. They're blowing up the ceiling with rhymes that I'm revealing. Producer, poet, singer, songwriter with the feeling. I split the
Oh, that's so dope. producer, poet, singer, songwriter with the feeling, because he literally does it all. He literally does everything. Unlike most artists who are like they can't produce, they can only kind of sing, right? It's doing everything right now. And what he's saying here is, I'm gonna blow up the ceiling. He's gonna literally blow the roof off this place, which is like a colloquial way of saying this is gonna be awesome. And then on top of that, he's saying I'm tapping on the drum machine, and we've seen him do this in videos, right? We've seen him he has that like kind of drum panel machine where if you tap, it makes the beats. So he's literally doing that to create what we're hearing right now. And so that's what he's saying. He even said to us, hey everyone, sit down. Are you having a good evening? Come join me. And then we're welcomed into his almost carnival of music that we're a part of. That's so cool. Oh, and he's saying that he's basically taking everything in life and putting it into words and putting it into music. Oh, that's so good.
Producer, poet, singer, songwriter with the feeling. I split the wicked cricket team, I'm beating it like Billie Jean. It's time for heroes, libertines, stretch your mind like limousines. I rip the stretches.
I split the wicked cricket team. What? Oh my god, how do you think of that? But he's basically saying like he splits the wickets, so he's literally moving the wickets, which means you hit him in cricket, you've gotten someone out. But maybe he's saying that because he's so out there that he literally every time he hits it, or he does so well that every time he's playing against another opponent, he can hit the wickets every time. And that's what he's saying. And then he says, I'm beating it like Billie Jean, but like he's just combining Michael Jackson lyrics. And think about the fact that he's using Michael Jackson because he's like almost like the Michael Jackson of our times, where he's going to grow into this massive artist that like just everybody knows, right? And it's going to be through his talent. And that's what hopefully it stays just for his talent and doesn't go in exactly the same direction as what happened with Michael Jackson. I hope not. That was a little bit of a tragedy. But that was super cool. And it's time for heroes because we need someone to step up and change the world. Right? And that's what he's doing with every single song, with every single lyric. He provides something for us to think about. That's why these videos end up being so damn long, because he literally sits there and decides exactly what the topic he wants to talk about is, or it just comes to him in his ocean of his mind and it just pours forth and flows forth in this rap. But then, oh, that's even cool, because when he talks about flowing, you say flow in rap, it's like how you rap is called the flow. And that's what he's saying is flow is dope. Oh my God. And that makes sense as to why it's an ocean in his head too, because it's just constantly flowing. Holy smokes. He's nuts. And then stretch your minds like limousines, because he's saying two things with that actually. He's saying one is stretch your mind like limousine because limousines are long. But then two, limousines have more space in them. Right? And if they have more space in them, you can fit more ideas. Right? So he's not just saying stretch your mind like because he's going to blow your mind. He's also saying stretch your mind because he wants to put stuff in there. He wants to show you the world. He wants to give you ideas that you can ponder on and think for yourself on. And that's what he's given to us. That's crazy. What a bard. Such a hidden... Oh, man. I like that a lot. Oh, yeah. Open your mind. Exactly. It's never salty. This is true. This is true. Also, thank you, Lynn. Love you guys. Oh my God.
For heroes, libertines, stretch your mind like limousines. I rip the scripture, spitting quick, the splits, and I'm spoken with, and I'm dope and gold to the broken holes and MCs like a beauty kit. I break this lit this.
Go back a second. I think actually reading the lyrics while trying to listen is impossible. So I'm going to listen and then go back to the lyrics.
And I'm dope and gold to the broken holes and MCs like a beauty kit. I break this lit this myth, break the gist, the chat strategist, the passionate blasphemous alchemist making a manuscript. I'm thinking about...
Oh, we got Alchemist again. He's used Alchemist in Illest of our time. And I really like when he says alchemist, because when you think of what an alchemist is, it's someone who takes chemicals, right, and mixes them together to create something, right? And that's what he's kind of doing, except he's using words to create those chemicals in our mind, right? And I think that's actually why he calls himself the alchemist, because the chemicals he starts flowing in our own brains is part of the alchemy that's part of the magic of his music, right? I wonder if that's why he uses that so often. And I think if it is, that's such a great way to use it. Poking holes like a voodoo kid. Yeah, that's so cool too. Oh my God. And so, okay, let's go right from the top. So I ripped the scripture spitting quick. So like rip the scripture is kind of multifaceted here. Cause one is, I think he's mentioned that he's not religious, but he is spiritual in some senses. And so he doesn't really believe in, any like religion or text like that. And so he's saying he literally rips the scripture as though he's not following the same exact processes that those would give. But on top of that, the scripture of the traditional way of doing things, right? Because that's almost kind of what it can conceptualize. And so he's saying that I'm going to rip that and I'm going to go spit it quick, because that's what he's doing is he's going to go overdrive and then get to where he was going without following the traditional methods of getting there. And that's such a cool way to say that. That splits an atom's spoken wit. And guys, I just watched Oppenheimer yesterday, so this is hilarious that this is the line that's coming up here. But splitting an atom, when you do that, it is a crazy explosion. Like, it's the nuke, right? That's what a nuke is. So when we think about that, that's what he's doing in our head. With his spoken words, he's blowing our mind to the level of a nuke. Compare that to other people who don't really do anything like that. And that's how good Ren is, because he's so phenomenal. He literally blows our mind every time. Yo, that's dope. And I'm dope. Dope and gold and poking holes and MCs like a voodoo kit. That's so cool. Because he's saying like, yeah, he's using magic almost, right? Because like voodoo is like it's like a type of magic almost. It's kind of cursing is what it's known for, but that's not the only thing that it was used for. That's kind of what it's been colloquialized into. And so what he's saying here is that he will basically, his opponents, he's going to be able to poke holes in them, both in the magical sense with his words because of how good he is, but then also poke holes in the reasons for their raps, probably like the meanings behind their raps, because other people's rap is so lacking substance that it's paper thin, and so it's easy to poke holes into, and that's kind of what he's giving us here. Oh man. Oh yeah, and then that too, he hurts every time he hits. I like that too. Yeah. Oh my god, a Brit that's lit, this misfit Brit. I like that he just basically flips the script on that too. He does this a lot, eh? He does like the script flip. I love it. Oh my god, that's so cool. And then that chat's a strategist, a passionate, blasphemous alchemist. And think about that, because like, yeah, he's the talker, right? That's what he does. He raps, he rhymes, he makes music, right? And that's what he is constantly known for. But amongst that, he's also a strategist. We can see that from his basically uprise on popular media, right? Like on YouTube, on Twitter, on everything now. Everything is blowing up, and that's not an accident. He clearly had plans, right? So while he's also talking mad game, he's also a strategist. So don't doubt his skills, even though all you really know him for might be wordplay. And I really kind of like how he says that to us. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's go back a second just to hear a bit more. Oh my god.
Blasphemous alchemist making a manuscript. I'm taking the bait, the fake is the fake, and I'm making the cake when I'm making the bacon. I'm making mistake, my mate, but I learn in return when the lessons it makes. And I'm vividly given the golden ability, literally killing the contest officially. Oh, bro, you know I show flow agility.
I like that. That's when he slows down. I show flow agility is when he slows down. And again, he's doing this juxtaposition to show just how intelligent he is, because he constantly gives us these like diametrically opposed or like dichotomous ideas and presents them in this way, because he's literally flipping the script all the time, right? And that's what he does there too. He flips the script. He's been going so fast, but then he slows down to say, I show flow agility. That's so cool. I love that a lot. I'm taking a rake to the faces of fakes. Well, one is rakes actually are used to get rid of dead leaves. And so he's saying, I'm taking a rake to your face. Two reasons. One, he's getting rid of your dead weight of words, right? Because like the ideas from a lot of other artists are really trashed here. Sorry, but like they're not as good as Ren. Ren is just chock full of both meaningful language as well as talented writing, and that's not something that's found in everyday music. And that's what he's saying here. He's going to get rid of all the garbage out there by raking the face, because everyone else who spits are actually just weak. And so he's getting rid of that, but then also hitting them in the face with a rake. I really like that too. I'm making a cake when I wake and I bake, because he's serving us dessert. He gives us dessert every day. We just love eating it. It's like sugar. I love it. And I make a mistake I might make, but I learn in return with lessons it makes. And that's the best part. I like that so much, because guys, we're always going to make mistakes. Right? Something is gonna happen in our life where we don't make the right call or something goes wrong, and then we cannot let that get us down. The best thing you can do is take lessons from that, right? Learn how it went wrong, figure out how to do it better next time. That's the best way to do that. I really like that. Yeah, it's such a good line, and it's so cleverly worded too. And I'm vividly giving the golden ability. Literally killing the contest officially, because yeah, he's the golden kid. We know this. He's like talked about Willy Wonka himself, whereas I don't even know if he's not even just Willy Wonka. He's also Charlie. You know what I mean? Like he's Willy Wonka and Charlie. This is so cool. Oh my god. Okay.
At the bottom of the
Ocean.
ocean.
Ooh.
I'm at the bottom of the sea.
Oh, that's true.
Stay down, down. Oh, stuck here in a dream.
I did want to pause because that's a really great point that it's Eat That Cake featured in Blind Eyed. So if you go back to listen to again, yeah, you're right. And this is the thing. He connects all his songs. It's literally a Renverse. You know what I mean? Like a Reniverse. Oh, this is so cool. It's truly all Ren's fumbles and trials that have exactly this, right? And I really, really, really think that like one of the I forget how the quote goes, but it's like the wise person knows that they don't know everything. It's kind of like the message behind the quote, and that's so true because anyone who thinks they know everything is a fool. They don't. There's no one who knows everything, right? So to think that you have anything to learn is actually a huge mistake, and you discount yourself every time you do that because if you take that time to instead improve yourself, make yourself better through learning, through whatever way you choose to do that, your life becomes more whole and complete because you have knowledge from all different places and you're more open to new interpretations. And that's what Ren is trying to get people to do. Didn't you mention something about? Yeah, I think, like one of the cool things he does, like Cake, like it's not just Cake, but like this with so many of his words, he actually has a lot of connections to other songs. And I want to actually like sit down one day and just like go through all the lyrics themselves and exactly Holly, exactly that. Like create like a chart that says, okay, this word goes to this word in this song, and then this song connects to this song because of this word, and just see, you know what I mean? Like and that's just it. That's just it. Yeah, okay, it's in everything. He's so good at this. And that's exactly it, Lynn. The problem is thinking that you do. Yeah. It's his guys. It's literally oh man, we got to do this. One of our streams, we'll sit down and we can actually like go through lyrics and then just figure out like what connects to what. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be really cool actually.
Oh, at the bottom of the sea, I rise to the top with these vibes that I drop and ain't nobody stopping me. Yeah, I spill my soul on the sheet of paper. Brain is my source and my tongue creates the tongue twist, kiss your lips, can't resist, and my rhymes flow like the sea.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't even know. Like, I don't know which song I like, but I think I like this better than Humble. But I think they both have their own space. This is dope. So with Eden, like she's also in the same space, right? She's in her own mind, but she's going to the top, like she's rising in the sea. So she's collecting all these things through in her ocean on the way up and bringing it to the top of the sea where she presents it to us, and there's nobody stopping her because she's going to do it whether we want her to or not. And that's because part of it is that's who she is music too, right? And that's what she's giving to us. Although one thing I'm really sad about, I went to Eden Ash's channel the other day and I don't think she's posted in a while, and I really think she should because she's pretty awesome. Her voice, yeah, exactly that. Her voice is fantastic, right? And she carries a lot of emotion in it. I hope she starts again. But then she says, I split my soul on the sheets of paper, right? So she's literally opening up her soul. It's not even just putting it down on paper. She's cracking it open to give us everything that's inside, not just on the exterior. And I really like that. And something that's cool here that she says is, her brain is her source and her tongue creates the tongue twist, kiss your lips. And I really like that imagery because there's two things with that. One is because it's such an intimate moment with her and her feelings and her thoughts that it's almost like getting personal with a lover. And so she's saying it kisses your lips. But the other aspect of that is that she has like, it's the kissing your lips in the sense that now these words will be on your lips, right? So in that way, the words that she's saying are now going to be mimicked on yours. And that's kind of like the intimacy of the kiss, right? And that's what we're seeing here. That's how she's saying it. And she's saying you can't resist because that's just how it goes. That's how when you connect with someone on this writing, you feel the same emotions they feel, and then you want to kind of mimic what they're doing to get to that point. And that's what she's saying here. Oh, that's so cool. And then my rhymes feel like the sea. Oh my god. Yo, I don't even know whose part I like better yet. Sounds like, yeah, it does. It sounds like they both wrote it. I wonder if she wrote this. You're right. I wonder if she wrote this or whether Ren wrote this. I kind of hope she wrote it. But at the same time, like, because it's Ren, I wouldn't even be surprised if Ren wrote both, because if you're like, this is the one thing, if you're an artist and you're with someone whose caliber of writing is as high as Ren's is, you almost feel intimidated being on a song with them. You know what I mean? Like, anyone who got invited to be on a song with Ren would probably be a little nervous because of the fact that, like, one, this man's voice is like just out of this world. His musical ingenious is phenomenal. But then on top of that, it's like he when he writes, compare his writing to anyone else, and like everyone else's just falls short. So do you just let him write for you, or do you try to match him? And then what happens if you try to match him and it doesn't get close to as good as his writing is? That'd be kind of unfortunate. Yeah, right? Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, when they do writing, they might collaborative write. You know what I mean? So like they'll write together, exactly that, Lynn. Yeah. So like where they'll sit down together, and then write part after part after part, and then just be like, does this work? Do you think this works? And then just bounce ideas back and forth. Because that's usually, I would assume that artists would do that, at least so they keep the kind of theme going too.
Lips can't resist and my rhymes flow like the sea.
Ooh.
Out on my own,
Oh, and then ooh, down. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
out on my own, down by the sea. Walk to the waves, dip in my feet. Carry my hurt, carry my pain. Give me new life, baptize me.
Yo, and we're getting that water imagery again. Water really does play a huge role in Ren's life, right? In so many ways, like just so many ways, some of which are darker than others. But just in general, he constantly has this theme of water in all of his songs. And so now she's also bringing up that theme, but she's saying that all of this water in her head, like, keep in mind, we've talked about the ocean as not only being the mind, but also being the depths of our troubles, right? And she's even saying here that she's out on her own. She's going to be down by the sea and just dipping her water in just to get a feel of it. And then that's what she's pouring back to us. And that's what we see, right? We're getting to the crux of what has made her who she is, and she's pouring it out for us. And even that, amongst all of what we're getting, is just a dip in the ocean for her. That's such a cool way to say that. Sorry, let me just read what I missed. Spiderweb, if that's in reference to like how the lyrics would be, I think that's true. Eden's verse there. Yeah, Eden's verse is nuts. I actually think Eden's verse might be one of my favorite verses in this song. Resistors on. The violin in the background. Also, I don't. Which one was Resistor? Did I listen to Resistor? I don't know if I've listened to that. Love the violin in the background. Yeah, the violins, the instrumentation, like the combination of instruments, it's got this jazzy vibe to it, with like that old school folksy song style to it, and I really really like that, because it is like, I almost feel like they're both thinking of themselves as partly imprisoned in their own mind, right? And that's why we're getting this like folksy, old timey collection of people singing, like wanting to break free kind of thing, that feel to the song. And that's what we're seeing on the track. Yo, this is wild.
Baptize me, carry me.
Oh, baptize me too. So change me, change who I am, make me feel better, wash over me, get rid of my sins, that kind of idea, right? Holy smokes, Jesus. Literally.
Carry me so far away, a place where my dreams become night and day, a place where I know I can achieve. Ocean, ocean, help me believe.
Trouble no more.
Ocean, ocean, help me believe. Because you're asking your mind, like, yo, I've been stuck in this rut for so long. Can you have faith in me? Can my own mind support me in this? Can it take me to a place where instead of seeing all of my problems and all of my failures, all of a sudden I am floating on the top of an open sea, leading my own vessel finally? Like that, can I get to that feeling? And yet she just hasn't yet. And so all this pain, right? Oh my God, this is nuts. The way that this is all worded too, right? Like, carry me so far away, a place in my dreams, because even amidst her waking hours, she hasn't found what she's looking for yet. So she needs to visit this place in her dreams to get to that point. And that's what we're seeing. Oh my god, that's so good. Okay, this is wild. I didn't expect this to have so much lyricism. I feel like I should at this point because it's Ren, but at the same time, I'm just always blown away every single time. It is literally an atom bomb going off in my head every time we listen to Ren. Yeah, yes, 100%. I wish we could do like a group meetup. I understand the difficulty of that with all of us being so far spread, but one day, you know, that's what Discord's for. We'll do like a group get together, maybe like a Discord sit down dinner thing. Have you guys ever heard of mukbangs? I think they're called, where we all just bring food together and we all just sit and eat. That'd be kind of fun, I think. We watch a movie, even. We could watch a movie, we stream a movie. That'd be fun. Oh, we're totally doing that. We're totally doing that at some point. Okay. Once we get this Discord off the ground, we're in. We got this.
Me believe.
Trouble no more, I'm a free man.
Trouble no more, I'm a
Shackles gonna fall off his feet and
Shackles gonna fall off his feet and
fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound.
fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound.
King of the shore, you know I won't drown.
King of the shore, you know I won't drown.
Yo, I actually... So something in this part here, he says Shackle's gonna fall off the feet, right? This whole part here is exactly that. It's like that. I can see like a scene of people like imprisoned here singing this song, like if they're being like carried off somewhere. Like this is almost what this part feels like to me. It's so like folksy. Oh, it's just so good. But okay, so one thing that's kind of cool here says, "Trouble no more, I'm a free man." Right? The shackle's gonna fall off these feet. But then he says, fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound. And so part of that to me is, one, he's saying fall to the floor like himself, like he hit rock bottom, but then he's going to rebound. The other side of that is he just mentioned the shackle's going to fall, and then he said, you know I'll rebound, right? So he's saying fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound. That could actually mean the shackles too, because like most people, like we have these moments of very high ups and then very low down. So even when we feel we are free, all of a sudden, it feels like everything is falling back to what it used to be. And so it's that rebound, right? Back, except rebound is actually in a negative connotation in that sense. So I wonder if he's actually doing a play on words here to mean both. And that's such a great way to kind of represent the roller coaster that is life. Oh my God. Okay. I could listen to this section over and over again. So shackles is basically like if you're ever in prison, they put like they're like, if you think of like now they're known as handcuffs, right? But back in the day, they used to be like iron shackles, and they used to be like really big cuffs that had a chain, very similar to handcuffs now, except much bigger. And so people would just be shackled to like a bunch of different things. Like you could be shackled into a prison, you could be shackled to like a tree. Like there's just used to be used for everything, but it's basically for imprisonment. Yeah, no worries. Okay, that was dope. Okay, I want to listen to this part again after, just to fall into it, because this is so cool.
You know I'll rebound.
King of the shore, you know I won't drown.
King of the shore, you know I won't drown.
Trouble no more, I'm a free man.
Trouble no more, I'm a free man.
Shackles gonna fall off these feet and
Shackles gonna fall off his feet and
fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound.
fall to the floor, you know I'll rebound.
King of the shore, no I won't drown.
Yo, king of the shore, you know I won't drown. And I love that, because he says down, 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 down. So think about what he's saying there. He's saying he's the king of the shore, right? Like he's the king of the ocean, of the water in his mind, but it's not actually, shore isn't even the water. So that's not true. In fact, he's saying king of the shore, which is the edge of the ocean, right? So what's happening here is he's saying he is king of kind of the land, but maybe he's also trying to be king of the water. But then he says, no, I won't drown. So he goes down, 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 down. And so he's going down, 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 down into the ocean of his mind to explore more lyrics, to provide to us, but also to therapize himself. Oof.
At the bottom of the ocean.
Ooh.
I'm at the bottom of the sea.
Sorry.
Stay down, down. Just stuck here in a dream.
And then we see, I'm going to stay down, 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 stuck here in a dream, because we want to get to that dream in our mind. Oh, that's beautiful. Jesus, this whole thing is so solid. And that brings us to the end of the clip. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a little sneak peek from the streams that we do on Sundays. If you enjoyed that, feel free to drop in Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on the channel. If you don't feel like dropping in, don't worry, you can also just watch the videos. That works too. But regardless, I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Love you all.